Hi, hello, it's me, Kate Storytree. I'm Kate, I'm a storyteller, and I tell stories in lots of different places. Now, today, here I am at home in my front room, surrounded by some of my favourite things. And I'd like to share with you one of my favourite stories. Now, I talked a little bit before about why I love to tell stories. There are many, many reasons. But one of those, it's because it's a kind of magic. I can take a little bit of the past, the present, and the future and mix it all together and see what happens. So I'd like to share with you a story that I remember from way, way back when I was a child. And I was very lucky because when I was at school, my teacher would tell us stories. And here's one that I remember and will share with you right now. So I hope you're somewhere nice, somewhere you love to be, one of your favourite places where you can sit down, snuggle up and have a story. Once upon a time, there lived an old lady. Now, this old lady didn't have very much. All she had were the clothes on her back, a pair of gloves to keep her warm, a bowl, and a spoon, and a magic stone. Now, one day, this old lady, as she was wandering the earth, decided she was going to go to a new place, a new town she had never been to before. When she arrived, she looked around and she decided to sit down in the middle of the town square. She was feeling cold, and so she set a fire. She took her bowl and filled it with water. She placed the bowl on the fire, and soon it started to boil. Now, some of the townsfolk had begun to look and saw that this old lady was sat around a bowl of water. Curious, they looked inside. There was one girl who was feeling brave, and she said to the old lady, "Excuse me, but what are you doing?" "Well," said the old lady, "I am making stone soup." And as she said that, she took from her pocket her stone. She placed it into the bowl of hot water and gave the water a stir. "Oh," said the girl, "well, I've never had stone soup before. What's it like?" "Well," said the old lady, "if you stay and wait and help me, well, you can have a little try." "Okay," said the girl. And so she sat down and she waited. The old lady took the bowl and gave it a stir. She had a try of the soup. Now, I've made stone soup so many times before, but this one, it's not the best I've ever made. What would make it really good would be if I had a few onions to put inside. Saying that, the girl who had joined the old lady said, "I've got some onions," which she gave to the old lady. The old lady chopped them up and placed them in the soup. She stirred it and left it a while. Then she took her spoon again and had a little try. "Oh, that's much better, thank you. But really, again, it's not the best stone soup I've ever made. Perhaps if I had a few carrots to put inside. By now, a boy had joined the crowd. I've got some carrots, he said, and he gave them to the old lady. The old lady chopped them up, popped them in the soup, gave it a stir, and waited a while. Again, she had a little try. This is really rather good. Thank you so much for the carrots. But again, it's not the best I've ever made. Perhaps if I had some potatoes to put inside, that would make it even better. And of course, somebody in the crowd had some potatoes, which they gave to the old lady, who chopped them up, placed them in the soup, and gave it a stir. This is really rather good. There's just a couple more things that I need to make it the best stone soup I've ever made. Does anyone happen to have a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper? Somebody in the crowd gave the old lady some salt and some pepper, which she put into the soup. She gave it one last stir, left it a while, and had a try. Yes, it's ready. The best stone soup I have ever made. And so, she gave the bowl of stone soup first to the girl and to the boy and to everybody in the crowd. Now, because this was magic stone soup, there was just enough for everybody to have, as much as they needed. Now, because so many people had come to gather to see the old lady and to see and hear what the stone soup was, they had decided to set up tables, and soon people were dancing, making music and telling stories. They were having the best day they had ever had. They'd all come together to share the stone soup. And whilst they were so busy eating and dancing and singing and telling stories, they didn't notice that the old lady had stood up, taken her bowl and spoon, and walked out of the town. They never saw the old lady again. But of course, they all knew how to make stone soup, and every week they would gather together to make stone soup, sing, dance, and tell stories. And of course, the people of the town all lived happily ever after. The end. So I hope you enjoyed my version of Stone Soup, one of my favourite stories from when I was at school. And perhaps I heard that story when I was 6 or 7 or 8 years old. I can't quite remember. But what I do remember is that I loved that story. And so perhaps there's a story that you love. Perhaps there's a story that your teacher told you, or perhaps your family, your brother, sister, anybody that you know. And have a think about what it is about that story that you love. Now, I am a storyteller, and I love it when people come to hear me tell stories. And when I do tell stories, I usually have a big blanket and lots of toys and things to do and make, because I love to share all the things that I have. So I wonder if perhaps there's that story, in that story of Stone Soup. It's about everybody gathering together to share what they have, to sing, to dance, and to tell stories. And when I'm thinking about the stories that I want to learn, the stories that I want to tell and share with you and lots of other people, I often think back to all those that I loved when I was a child. So I have some more stories to share with you on some other videos, and I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video, and perhaps it's inspired you to think about some of the stories that you love. Now, I'm sure lots of you have things at home that you can use as your props. And as you can see, you don't really need very much, just perhaps a bowl, a spoon, and a magic stone. So I'm going to say goodbye from me, Kate Storytree, and I'll see you again for another story, another time.